If your pain keeps returning no matter what you try, you're probably missing more than one of these 5 things. Reason number 1, inelasticity. The most common advice people get from PTs, chiros, massage therapists, and trainers is just stretch more. And if you're tight, sure, stretching helps, but if you're inelastic, meaning your tissues literally cannot lengthen, stretching doesn't really help with that. It can just create more pulling or tension at the pain site that you're feeling. It's like telling someone who can't walk to just walk, bro. They're going to limp or crawl or compensate some other way because the ability to walk or stretch isn't there, right? And that same concept is with elasticity. Until you restore it, that tightness, that tension, that pain that will not go away, it's not gonna go anywhere until you address that. Reason number 2 is restriction. Another big driver of chronic pain is something in your body that simply can't move the way it is supposed to. Whether that's fascia being stuck, a joint that's restricted, a stability issue that's forcing compensation. Whatever it is, that area isn't gliding the way it should be. And a couple ways to address this would be you can open up the fascia, or you can try to retrain the ankle, knee, or hips to track properly or stack on top of each other better. But here's the catch for that. It has to be the right restriction. You can fully restore elasticity, strengthen everything around the area that's causing you pain, and do all of the correct things, and it still won't matter if that wasn't the correct restriction actually causing your pain. Because pain is your body's language for something here isn't moving right. And if you don't fix the correct restriction, the pain has no reason to leave. Reason number 3, you can't connect to the area you want. In more technical terms, this is neuromuscular activation or neuromuscular re-education. But the concept itself is quite simple. There's a part of your body, yet your brain just isn't talking to anymore or as much. Maybe it's your quad, maybe it's your lesser toes, and they can't extend enough to actually absorb and transfer weight when you walk. Or maybe it's your big toe, it can't spread and extend properly, and that restriction doesn't stay local. It can travel up the chain, and that shows up as pain in your ankle, your knee, even your hips. And here's a very important reason why you can't rush this part. Your nervous system has to reconnect to that area before it can relearn how to move it correctly. You want to have the signal first, pattern second. If you skip that order, then you are just reinforcing the same compensation that got you here. So the fix has to start small, slow, methodical work to reconnect those basic areas first, because you can't repattern movement in a spot your body has already stopped listening to. Reason number 4, proper weight distribution. You're distributing weight constantly. Sitting, standing, walking, literally anything you do that requires movement. And your fascia plays a role in helping or limiting how that weight gets distributed. But if you don't have solid, proper contact points in your feet, in your hands, your body will find another way to hold that weight, even if it won't be exactly even. It'll just be whatever keeps you upright. Think of a 3-legged stool. Remove a leg entirely and the whole thing just falls down. But shorten just one leg while the others stay the same, it won't collapse per se. It'll still hold the weight. It'll just feel off or unstable, not how it's supposed to sit. That feeling of offness, that's your body compensating. It's finding a balance, just not the right one. And until your feet, hips, and upper body are distributing weight the way you're actually supposed to, that imbalance is going to keep showing up as pain and discomfort and awkwardness and you name it. Okay, the last reason, number 5, is genuine motion. This one hit quite close to home for me because for a while I couldn't get proper joint motion in the exact area that I needed it in. That would be my heel or my calcaneus. I couldn't even start in a genuine supinated position. It would always start more pronated than it should have, which meant there was no room left to actually pronate correctly when I needed to. And that inability to pronate properly or have genuine motion caused problems all the way up my kinetic chain. My foot, my ankle, my knees, my hips, and even my shoulder. This kind of bleeds into the last point. You need proper contact points before you can even have genuine motion to begin with. But once that baseline is there, then you can actually retrain the joint pattern for the area that isn't quite moving well. Until you have that true motion as a starting point, nothing else really matters. Your body will just keep finding a way to compensate for what it never actually had. If you found this helpful, at my studio, OBF, we do a personalized consult to see what you have and don't have. We do a movement assessment, posture analysis, understanding your history of pain and or movement, your fascial restrictions, as well as your pain. We combine all of that to have a good direction of where to go, and then we can really figure out what's causing your issue. This was helpful. I'm really happy to hear that. Subscribe for more, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.